Yeah, we back. Player T, that's me, Hollywood in the hood. It ain't the Bahamas no more, baby. That chilly weather back, baby. No, man, I'm spoiled, baby. I'm spoiled. I need to go back to the blue water. It was a little warm, man, but then it started getting a little chilly. But we on our way back. It's our time coming again. The warm days gonna start stringing along. We're gonna start spending more time outdoors. I hope soon, man. Or I'm gonna have to book another. No. My lady already on the phone already booking something else, man. I'm already, baby, I just ain't riding Spirit. Y'all know they about to close down. Y'all heard about that, DJ? Spirit, well, we ain't riding Spirit anyway, but y'all heard about that? Yeah, they saying the price of fuel has gotten so high that Spirit might have to liquidate.
What is it a gallon now in Cleveland?
$5 or something. Don't get premium. But here, let me tell you something. My car take 93, so it was always high. So you know what I mean? It was always high. So it's like really too much of a difference if you was putting 93 in. So I just feel bad for, if we out there spending I tell you what, it made it real important to know where you're going and not just be out there driving. That's one thing it did. You can't, I'm hearing a lot of people like my cousin, like, man, yeah, I make sure when I go to the store, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and, go back to the house. So they don't waste no gas, man. You can't blame people.
You can't wait.
Trump brought this on, man. Yeah. I like Trump, but, of course I don't agree with a lot of things he say. Y'all heard he tripping now. He back calling for the arrest of Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton. He just posted a message on his platform, Truth Social, saying that they need to be brought to justice. Slow down, man. You mad because he brought affordable health care and you didn't? I don't know how it go. Anybody got affordable health care? Because it ain't really did nothing for me. I don't know. But you know what? A lot of dark people were saying, what did Obama do for us? And, he didn't do nothing. All he did was same-sex marriage and all that weird stuff because he got 2 daughters. And we were questioning that here at Hollywood in the Hood. Like, how could you, You got daughters, man, but when you look at it, he did bring the Affordable Health Care Act. And I heard a guy making the argument. He was saying, why didn't Obama do nothing about black-on-black crime and all that? Well, they put the statistics out. Black-on-black crime and alcohol, that ain't the number one killers of the community. It's heart disease.
White-on-white crime.
White-on-white crime?
White-on-white crime.
That's what's going on now. Ukraine and Russia, that's white-on-white crime.
White-on-white crime.
Ukraine
is going crazy.
Yeah, man, it's all twisted up. I hope they don't drag us into a World War III. But if you like me, and I've been studying World War I and World War II and the causes and how it happened, and a lot of stuff that's going on now is what went on previous to those wars. So, it's right now, Trump kind of playing this balancing act, and he's handling it pretty decent so far. We're not in a world war. He went and attacked a whole nother country in the Middle East, and we're not in a world war. So he's doing a hell of a balancing act. But
just to steal their product.
Y'all want a world war? Blow up them satellites in China. Messing around with Iran. Then we gonna see. But that's what Iran trying to do. They trying to get us into some stuff. I ain't about to get political, man. Y'all been watching. I hope what's going on. Don't let me be the messenger. You know what I'm saying? Get out there. That's what you got to do. You can't take things on face value. You can't just look at the mainstream media, Fox News and all those people. I hate to call you all out. But you got to look at other sources. I'll be looking at news programs from over there in them countries, too, to get a balanced approach, to what I'm hearing. And right now, it's like a balancing act, Ugh. So that's just the theme, do your own research. Don't take things on face value. Because you got a president that's telling you things, and he's the same one that told you to drink bleach. Y'all remember that, right?
What to get rid of? Being dark-skinned?
COVID. COVID. A lot of us, we went through it, man, but I just seen a documentary the other night. It was a nurse, and she was saying all that stuff was kind of false, and she could tell in the hospital she was working at. She was saying because during the COVID, they was trying to say on the news that the hospitals was flooded with people dealing with the COVID. She said, but her hospital was like a ghost town, and it was a regular flu season. People was coming through like they would in a flu season. So that just led me to know that if you want to know about things in the world, do your research on your own. Just don't take things on face value. A lot of dark people hear a sound bite and they run with it like they know what's going on. You know, like they are political scientists. But do your research, man. That's all I'm going to say about that. Quit talking about you, the minority. I hope y'all don't. For my young brothers and sisters out there, I hope y'all ain't still saying that we the minority. How can we be when there's dark people all over the planet? Now, they have a monopoly over here in the United States and in Europe, but around the world, dark people are the majority. Ask me how I know. You know, every country I've been to, it was niggas that look like me and you. You know, they just speak different languages.
That's all it is.
That's it, you know, that's just it, you know. Don't believe me, though. Don't believe Player T Word. Look it up. Start getting out beyond the borders, and you'll see. You know, you'll see. Straight up and down. But, you know, and y'all heard about Trump. He wants to do the draft now of the people in the prison. That's a Putin move from Russia. That's what Putin did when they went into that. They call it a military operation. When they kicked that off, you know, the first wave of soldiers that died were people that were locked up in their prisons. And they didn't have the best of weapons because they didn't want, you know, their stockpiles to be depleted fast. So they sent them out there with brass knuckles and you know what I'm saying, 45s and whatever, you know, and they were running into a buzzsaw. Because, you know, they were running into the drones. It's drone warfare now. You know, robotic war. It's getting a lot like Terminator. Y'all remember the movies, The Terminator? I remember speaking with the creator. Did y'all know it was a sister that made that movie? The Terminator and The Matrix? It was a sister. Look it up. She wrote The Terminator and The Matrix, right? She wrote, and she was pitching those movies to Sony. And they had her coming in for several meetings. And then they told her, nah, we ain't going to work with her. But they stole our ideas and made 2 movie franchises from her work. She just won the case. I was talking to her. That was one of the greatest interviews we had, you know, thus far. One of the great. I said one of them that never really aired because it was a phone conversation for like 40 minutes. You know, and she was telling me about it, and this right before she won the case. You know, but she won the case. I don't know if she got the money yet, you know what I'm saying, but she won the case. You know, yeah, that's beautiful. But all that was one movie, The Terminator and The Matrix. She had wrote it as one movie, and they split it into 2 different movie franchises and made a whole hell of a lot of money.
I remember The Matrix.
Yeah, The Matrix. So when you look at them themes now, it's like, it seems like that's where they want to go, you know. They got the drone warfare in the water, too. It ain't just in the air. It's over there in the Strait of Hormuz. They got the water drones. You know, so the United States is reversing games. They producing it now. So, good to be an American. That's all I'm going to say, you know. Good to be an American.
Good to be alive.
That's even better. Thank you, bud. That's even better. Good to be alive. You know, because you could be gone right now or dead or in jail. You know, I got a lot of friends right now that wish they can breathe this fresh air. But we can't take nothing for granted. That's why I got the golf club, take nothing for granted. You see people on the golf course, they got time and money in their favor. And, you know, so that's what this is about, take nothing for granted. You know, work to have things in your favor. But we got a really great show tonight. We got an important group of people on tonight that's out here helping people in their way, in a major way. You know what happens when women go on those menstrual cycles. They don't just get on your nerves. They actually going through some, you know what I'm saying? You don't know. You know, they don't just get on your nerves for no reason, you know. They go through a lot of challenges, and sometimes they don't have a lot of hygiene. They don't have the hygiene products to help them through the challenges. But we got a group of people on here tonight that make sure that if you are in need, you can go knock on the door, and they'll even come and bring it to you if you can't get around, you know. And not just here in Cleveland. I'm told nationally, right? Yes. What y'all know about pads? Pride amongst daughters and sisters. Yeah. On tonight. Yeah. We got the founder, Delisha Robinson, on with us. And she brought a beautiful family, her sister Linda, with her. So we're going to chop it up with Linda and Delisha, and we'll be right back in a minute. Player T, that's me. Hollywood in the hood. Player T, that's me, Hollywood in the hood. Yeah. Doing it really, really big. But before I go any further with my esteemed guests right here, I got to thank a few people, if you all don't mind, Delisha and Linda. And that's the Coleman family. Yeah, Big Bud, Miss Kim, Morgan, Swole, Miles, DJ, Shamar, the whole team. You know, no, for real, you know, Jazz over there holding it down for quite some time, allowing you the space and the place to get your face out there in the atmosphere, Craig. You know, to the world, Craig. I ain't say down the street, you know, at your homeboy spot where you got the internet. Next door or the next state over. I said the world, Craig.
That's right.
The world, you know. And we wouldn't be able to do it without the Coleman family and my team right here. So I'm really appreciative of this group of young guys you see right here, young men right here, that been down with me since they were 5 years old.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know, 5 years old, you know. They don't like me saying that, you know, because they're much older. Okay, all right, cool, all right, bet that. But yeah, been doing big things, running businesses since 5 years old. You know, as a baby, you know, we had the pizza shop over there. Miles was putting pizzas in the oven at 5. You was telling some.
I used to make the pizza with you.
Yeah.
No, that was me, Pop. I used to make the pizza with you.
Yeah.
And then I'll run upstairs. And I'll drop the pizza on the stairs and come back down. You'll help me make another one.
That's how we did, man. That's how we do, you know. So, you know, it's just been a blessing. Big shout out to Superior Renaissance Community Development Corporation. Mr. Roland. I don't know if y'all seen it. They just did a write-up on us at cleveland.com. It's on Facebook. There you can go check it out. They wrote a story about what we got going on and Minister Roland. True story, man. You know, so if you want to know what's going on with the Renaissance, start coming to the meetings we have. Start paying attention to when we have them and what it's really about affecting from 105, East 105 to East 125th Street. You got men that's standing up in their community. That's what it's all about. I can go on and on and on, but it's really about men and women standing up in their community.
Come together.
Right now, over me. You know what I'm saying? Straight up doing it big time, man.
Come together, man.
As a matter of fact, we got a new development. Y'all heard about the gala we got going on. Well, we had to push the date back, but nonetheless, the flyer is up. It's going to be June 6th.
The day got pushed back again?
Yeah, it got pushed back again. Yeah. Well,
dang, I was ready for that.
Yeah, where was you for the appreciation dinner? That's what I want to know. Oh, yeah, that ain't had nothing to do with the good old food that was here. You know, we was looking for you. You know what I'm saying? DJ, where, huh? It was here. Mar, what happened? Here. Yeah, a couple days ago. You didn't know? Well, that's my fault. DJ Shamar, I apologize. That's my fault. Well, I honestly, Miles reminded me. I'm like, I'm gonna be out of town. He like, no, you're not. You're gonna.
I did say that.
Yeah, you said that. You like, man, you're gonna be here.
I said it was gonna be fish.
I said, man, I'm gonna be eating good in the Bahamas. He's like, man, no, you ain't. You gonna be here on Superior. Yeah, but oh man, there was so much food. They were begging people to take food home with them.
I got some of that macaroni in the
Oh, you did?
string, man.
Okay, well, you had some then, okay. Yeah, okay, cool. I feel better now, you know, a little bit. You know, my guys, Mar and DJ didn't, you know, but big shout out to Superior Renaissance. Big shout out to Shabazz Bakery. If y'all don't know, we got the bakery here at Hollywood in the Hood. Buttermilk pies, bean pies, apple pies, carrot cake,
Best in the world.
bean soup. Very delicious, man. You know, bean pie, you know, and let me tell you, I know if you never had bean pie and you hear the words bean pie, you're like, oh, bean pie. No, if you like sweet potato pie, it's like neck and neck. Sweet potato pie is my favorite, but I'm kind of leaning towards bean pie now.
Except bean pie is good for the heart.
Yeah, bean pie is good for the heart. You know, if y'all know anything about Elijah Muhammad, you know, he was dealing with an illness and he ate those beans that's involved in the bean pie, and it helped to heal him. Yeah, 1 meal a day, you know, and eating when the sun is down, that all that played a part. You know, so yeah, big shout out to Minister Roland Muhammad and the Superior Renaissance, you know, straight up and down. But we got a really great show tonight. Like I said at the onset of the show, if you're just now tuning in, you know, we got a really great group of people. These wonderful ladies right here, Linda and Delisha Robinson right here. From PADS, Pride Amongst Daughters and Sisters. Y'all fathom that? Pride amongst daughters and sisters. You know, we don't bleed, so they, you know, we got pride, but it's a different pride. You know, thank you all for coming. I appreciate you, Delisha. And Delisha, you know, we're really thankful because Delisha don't like to speak to too many people, and you know, but she's out there in the community just doing the work. Doing the work. It ain't about that jibber jabbing, you know, bumping the gums. I'm doing the work. You know, big time.
Small talk, cash talk.
No small talk. You know, dealing with, y'all know the menstrual cycle. That's a tough period. You know, women bleed for like 7 days sometimes,
Yes,
right?
yes, yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna ask Delisha that.
Yeah.
Sometimes more?
Yeah, possibly.
Possibly.
That means you need to see the doctor if you, but yeah.
Answer this question for me, Delisha. Why do we get so challenged as a woman during those times? Why is it that I want to eat my husband's head off, my man's head off? I want to knock him out.
Okay, that's probably
a fair question.
It's fair, but it's probably a story for another podcast. But
okay.
Yeah, I mean it's hormonal changes.
Hormonal changes.
Yeah, you have the hormonal changes.
I'm speaking levity, but it's some truth.
Yes, yeah. So let me introduce myself. I'm Delisha Robinson. And this is my sister, Melinda Green.
Melinda Green.
Yes.
Thank you, Melinda.
And I'm the founder, executive director of Pride Among Daughters and Sisters. The acronym is PADS, P-A-D-S. So we are a 501c3 that we were founded in 2013, and we provide free sanitary pads and tampons. And
free!
And feminine hygiene products.
Not for a lower cost.
For free.
Wow.
Yes, for under. It's for free, yes.
Girls need that 'cause they be saying them pads because.
They are, yes. So we provide it for under-resourced girls and women in our community to promote pride, dignity, and confidence. The products are very expensive.
Now, I know candidly before the show, and I want you to fill them in, how you got involved with that. You said another sister of yours.
Yeah, so people often ask, well, how did you think about it? Because it's something that we often just take for granted. I took it for granted. If I start my period, I'm going to walk down to CVS or Rite Aid and get a pack of pads. But individuals that are dealing with what we call period poverty, they are deciding, well, am I going to buy my food? Am I going to pay my utilities? Get items for my children, or will I get some pads to protect myself? So that's a choice they have to make. And
terrible choice.
Yes, a terrible choice. And, dealing with the period goes back to biblical times where even, the women were shunned. You had to be in a tent for 7 days, and you could not, the men couldn't be around you. You were shunned.
You remember that?
Unclean.
Yeah, you were considered unclean.
Recently, the man couldn't be around a woman if she was ministering.
I mean, that's recent. Ask me how I know.
Okay. And that's the whole thing. It's more like a taboo, and men's like, oh, they want us, but hey, every man that's here on this earth came out through a vagina.
Huh.
That's right, sis.
There you go.
That's
so
right.
You, I would say, respect that and appreciate that.
What is the purpose of the menstrual cycle, to be clear, that for men and young boys that don't know?
Yeah, so young girls are starting their menstrual cycle earlier now, but the purpose is to, if you don't get pregnant, if you're not fertilized, what happens is that you get this lining, because each month there's a lining that builds up, and it's waiting for a pregnancy. It's waiting for the sperm and the egg to get together. And if that does not happen, that lining sheds each month. It sheds each month.
Wow.
So the average age of a period is like, 12 years old used to be, even up to 16. But now young girls are starting as early as 8 and 9 years old. Yeah, and we think it has something to do with like the food, the stuff that they...
The environment, you
Yeah.
know, we think that has a lot to do with it too.
Yeah, the environment, eating lots of fast foods, sugary drinks, being in a stressful home environment, hormones and different things. But they're starting earlier and earlier.
Now, Bud told me something before the show, candidly, and I want to know if you ever heard it. He said down south, before all that was going on, now you saying you remember the tents, but you also said to me women used to stuff themselves with cloth, rags and stuff.
No doubt.
Yes.
And would wash them out, and that's where the idea of underwear came.
Yeah. Did
you hear that?
Yeah, so they used to say I'm on the rag.
I'm on the rag.
That's because they were using a washcloth or a rag to protect themselves down there.
Okay, so it's truth to that.
Yeah, there's truth to that.
But nowadays, we got pads. We got pride amongst daughters and sisters.
Yeah.
And you don't have to.
But you would still be surprised that some women are still. I met a young lady. We did an event on Martin Luther King Day at City Year, and we had volunteers from AmeriCorps, and we put together hygiene kits with
Washcloths, soap. We put tampons. We put the
sanitary pads,
in there.
So we put all that together. But the young lady that was volunteering, she came up to me and said, I really appreciate what you're doing. She said, my family went without period products for 3 years.
Went without period products
Yes,
for 3
3
years.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah. They
Rags.
were using socks, rags,
You said leave.
washcloths.
Yeah, man.
So they had to wash this out like 3 or 4 times out of the day.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Keep yourself clean.
Uh-huh. And, yeah, and it's just something that you don't think about, but... And my husband, Daryl Robinson, married for almost 40 years.
Oh, okay, shout out to Daryl.
Shout out to my
You
husband, Daryl
put up with a
Robinson.
lot of menstrual cycles, Daryl.
Yeah.
You sure did, baby.
Right,
Hats
right.
off to you.
Yes, when I met my husband, he had just bought a house right here on 112th and Superior.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Oh, alumni.
Yeah.
We in your stomping grounds, Daryl. Come holler at me, baby.
Yeah. He took me right from my mama's house to here, and we had our 2 daughters, and we raised them here for like 7 years, and we live in Cleveland now, but
Okay.
yeah, just a little bit away from here. What was I talking about? My husband, Daryl.
Now hold
man.
on, Delisha.
I'm
Now
sorry. I lost my train of thought.
That's fine. We'll circle back. You all pads actually have a brick and mortar, a door
Yes.
you can go knock on Noble, off Euclid.
2197 Noble
Thank
Road,
you, Linda.
Cleveland Heights, Ohio, 44112.
But
Yes.
it begs me to ask the question, because you're so adamant about what you do and you care so much to where you deliver the things, that it wasn't always this place. So you were sounding like you were doing this stuff on your own too.
Yes, we were doing it on our own. And I'm sorry, circle back to my husband. He worked in corrections with the Cleveland Police Department.
Okay.
So he would see women come in. They would have newspaper and other things like that.
Wow.
All kind of,
Wow.
yeah. So the gentleman in the audience seemed like he's familiar with all of that.
Yeah, but
So,
yeah, but
Okay.
wow, you be knowing, bud.
Yeah.
Hats off to you, brother.
yes.
You be knowing, bud.
So with our grassroots organization, yes, definitely, we started in my home, in my garage.
In your garage.
Yes, yep. Buying the products and putting it together. I went on to, I used a lot of community resources, and that is one thing I like to tell people. I went to PNC Fairfax Connections.
Okay.
Right there on, where's that at, Linda?
It's on
Carnegie.
83rd and Carnegie.
Oh, Carnegie.
83rd and Carnegie. It's a great community resource.
Neighborhood Connection.
Yeah, Neighborhood Connections is another one. I'm also a cohort of Neighborhood Leadership Development Program. I've been to SCORE.
Okay.
SCORE helped me write like a business plan. PNC helped me with finding out the information about how to start a 501c3.
Okay.
And Neighborhood Leadership Development Program, that really helped me with like my elevator speech, grant writing, networking,
Yeah.
really engage in the community.
Now tell me, Linda, when did you join? Did you join from the beginning
I
also?
joined from the beginning. As soon as she told me about it, you know, she brought it to the family.
Brought
And
it to the family.
Yes, and she was like, who is passionate enough to help us, you know, get this off the ground? And I told her right away that I would, you know, be interested. And like she said, we started off, you know, with the pads in her garage, and we started going to events like in East Cleveland, they have a farmer's market.
Oh yeah.
And we would set up a table there at farmer's market, and we have our products, and, you know, we allow people to just come up and just take the products.
Were they like embarrassed? You know, because you know that they're getting these sort of things free. Do you encounter that embarrassment? People feeling a little shame and embarrassment.
Yeah, sometimes it's awkward. Sometimes we try to make sure that we put things in a bag, you know, so it can be discreet. But we're also trying to help people be more comfortable with it, so it's not so taboo, you know.
Yeah.
And we also got help from my church, First Baptist Church of Greater Cleveland, because I prayed about it. And like I said, my sister said, I went to my family and said, do you guys want to do this? Because I can't do it by myself. Talked to my pastor, and they support us also. They give us a quarterly monetary gift through their missions.
Okay, yeah.
Through their
so
missions.
When I pass that thing around, it ain't just for the macaroni and the chicken.
Right.
Now let me ask you a question. Do men come to you all? I'm talking about single fathers,
Yes.
men with daughters, and they don't, you know, they're really not educated on the menstrual cycle. Do they come to you all for help?
Yes, we've had gentlemen who'll come and say, hey, I have a daughter, she's 13 years old, I'm a single dad, I need products. And so we'll definitely get those products to them. Yes, and we eventually do want to have a program where we are engaging the men more so they're more comfortable with, yes.
Now I noticed the name, Pride Amongst Daughters and Sisters. There's a reason for that. Why did we label it Pride Amongst Daughters and Sisters?
Well, it's sort of like a play on words with the acronym, PADS.
True that.
And so it came from that, yeah.
Just and you want to instill like making it less taboo.
Less taboo. You know, you want to have pride. You want to have confidence, and it's dignity, and it's a matter of it's a human right to actually be clean, dry, odor-free, where you can go.
Human right.
Yes.
You
where
mentioned
you
the
can
words.
go to school. You can go to seek and maintain employment. Where you can play sports. Where you can just go out every day without, you know, being ashamed that you're staying in your clothes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Now, I mean, to have this heart to want to do.
Pardon me?
To have this heart to want to do.
Yeah.
Where did that develop from in you all's family?
Mm-hmm. Our parents.
I think, I was going to say, I think for me, you know, because, you know, we grew up, you know, with a father, a mother, and a full loving family and everything. And
So you grew up with a traditional family.
Yes, but then when you think about some women, you know, they're homeless, they are, you know, in a home that's not safe, you know, and you think about those things, and then you think about the need of the woman too.
Yeah.
And when the homeless woman said that she was in the shelter, and she said that they donated everything, but they never thought about the specific need of a woman. They sent general things, socks,
Yes,
hats,
yeah,
food,
Yeah.
but women need specific things.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we came from a Christian family. Like our grandmother, Lula Warren, she was a missionary. So
She
she's
was a
in
missionary.
missions.
Oh, we
She
got
was
in our-
missions. Yeah.
We got it in our blood.
Yeah, she served on her missions with her church. My parents they go to Starlight Baptist Church, and they are on the missions. My dad is the only male on the missions. The rest of it is all women. And now he can't even attend because he's bedridden, and my mom takes care of him. We all take care of him, nephew and family. We all care for him. But they sort of just instilled that in us. And then my husband and I, we take our children right here at 79th and Euclid, and we feed the homeless once a month through our church. That's First Baptist Church of Greater Cleveland. Everybody is welcome to come either to get the meal or to help us serve individuals. It's the fourth Friday of each month. So we've just grew up,
On a mission.
Yeah.
With a mission.
It is, I was just born to serve, and I really love to serve others. And it feels so good it feels so much better to give than to receive for me and for us. So, yeah.
Now, one thing you told me candidly also is out of the necessity during the pandemic, people couldn't get around for obvious reasons. They had to shelter in place. But you all, nonetheless, started delivering these hygiene products.
Yes.
Can you talk about that?
Yes, we started delivering them. That's what we created.
Driving your own whips.
Yes, we created Pads on Wheels, and we would go out and deliver them. And
With gas prices.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
That's where we at with it.
That's a challenge. That's a challenge. The gas prices is a challenge. And then also, so we love East Cleveland. We grew up in East Cleveland.
You grew up in East Cleveland.
So we always want to give back, but we donate to the schools here at Cleveland, East Side, West Side. We get requests from Dublin, Ohio, Springfield, Ohio. We have to mail the products off also, so that's the postage gets expensive also.
Yeah.
So.
But I'm told you all, you get a little help. Places like the Cleveland Clinic,
yes.
they helped you
so
all.
The Cleveland Clinic last year, they did an annual drive for us. And the reason why I say annual is because we are hoping that...
Yeah, annual. Cleveland Clinic. Toby Crossgrove, you hear that? Annual.
Yes.
We need you, Toby, annually.
Yes.
You do it.
Yes, we're praying that, they say if you want it, ask for it. So we're
Yeah.
asking God to put it in their hearts to start a drive for us annually.
Yes,
So
yeah.
we can get products.
Yeah.
And in the past, my sister's church, they gave us a spot in October where we could have a pass drive annually at their church.
Oh, wow.
That's where we first started, having the pass drives.
Yes.
Okay,
It
at the
originally
church.
started at her church.
Okay.
And now that we have a brick and mortar, we're going to expand it to our brick and mortar.
Real question. Is the leadership at the church you started at doing that, is that female? Or did the men just felt your plight and your cause and want to support?
Well, it was Pastor, Messiah.
Yeah, see.
Pastor Messiah and his wife. So
Okay.
I actually went to his wife
You went to his
and
wife.
asked her, and they were very open. So actually, when we were feeding the homeless on 79th Street, I says, well, hey, can I set up a table? That was like my first event. Can I just set up a table? So we went and bought products and just set up all these hygiene products so the people that were coming there to eat could get the free products. And so that's
they
how
were
it,
grabbing the
yes,
products.
and so that's how it started.
Are
And
the
we-
men in you all's lives in support of what you do?
Yes.
Your husband?
They
Amen.
most certainly are.
Yes.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, her husband, he makes sure that every Monday he comes and sits with us.
Yeah, yeah,
What,
he helps.
up at pads? Up
yeah,
at the
up in
place?
the pads bank, yeah.
Yes.
So he helps, you know.
He helps stack shelves. He helps carry
Yeah.
boxes in.
He
That
take
might have been the guy who I
Yeah.
seen when I peeked in there.
Yeah, yeah.
And it intrigued me too. Like, okay, what's going on?
He'll sweep or mop or take the
Okay.
trash out, or I mean, you know, he'll help me deliver products too. We'll
Yeah,
get
help
in the
you
car.
deliver the
We'll get in the
products.
car and go all over and deliver products also. Her
Yeah.
husband will bring us lunch, you know, like
Okay.
And I
yeah.
want to give a shout out to my son, Diedrich Green.
Yes.
He helps us.
All right, Diedrich.
Diedrich Allen Green.
Our electrical work is.
Yes.
He installed our lighting on the floor.
Okay.
Our smoke detector.
Okay.
Fire extinguisher.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he made sure.
Because that's
all-
something that people don't think about. So we're at 2197 Noble, and I had never leased I'm a homeowner, but I had never leased a brick and mortar. So I didn't know, oh, you need a business license. Oh, you need an inspector to come in. And, you know, then you need the fire marshal to come in. And
Yes.
so my nephew helps us with the maintenance and different
Ha!
things like that.
In the background.
Yeah.
Ever important.
Yes. So
Not a cycle till our name, but we there.
Yes.
You
yeah.
Yes.
And this is
know what I'm saying? Not a cycle to our name, baby, but we there. You know what I'm saying? We there, baby. You know, we there. You know what I'm saying?
just call my name.
You just call my name and I'll be there, you know.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. Now, okay. All right, so during the COVID, when you first started, you all wasn't worried about that?
It was scary.
You just thought your mission was that much
I
important?
mean, it was scary. I mean, the first drive we did, what we told people was, you don't have to get out your car. You drive up. They donate to us, and we would give them free masks and hand sanitizer.
In exchange?
In exchange, yeah. If they donated, yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Yeah. That was ingenious.
Yeah,
You all
so we
came up
just-
with that, huh?
Yeah.
So you meet together and plan what you're gonna do, and that's how you did it, stuff like that.
Yes.
Yeah. Now you
Yeah.
spoke of a word I never really heard until recently. You said period poverty.
Period poverty, yes. And it's interesting because we founded this in 2013. And I wrote back, in 2013, I actually wrote a long letter to Huffington Post and told them about my program. And
In hopes of what, real quick?
in hopes that they would give me like a shout out and write an article.
Yeah.
But what they did was they wrote the article, but they never mentioned my name.
Ain't that about her?
Yeah. So that was discouraging.
But it didn't knock the wind out.
It did knock the
yourselves.
wind out. No, it didn't.
Yeah. Why is that, Delisha?
Because this is not my nonprofit; it's God's nonprofit.
Ha!
There you go, sis.
And,
Ha!
and I am.
I'm just facilitating it.
Yeah.
I'm facilitating. Me, Linda,
Yes.
you
my
know, your
my
other sister.
family,
What's your other
yeah.
sister name? Who
Well,
is?
our daughters, Carmen.
Oh, your daughters,
and
pardon me.
Mona.
Sorry about that.
That's
Karma
okay.
and Mona.
Yes, Carmen
Those
and
are
Mona.
your daughters.
Yes, our
okay,
daughters.
I misunderstood you.
No problem.
Okay.
Yeah,
So, and they're your
Yeah.
daughters, so they're of a younger generation.
the younger generation, and yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So my desire is to continue a legacy with
Yeah.
my children,
Yeah.
pass that on, and
Yeah.
also to be able to help others.
What is
you
that
know.
period poverty all about? What are you saying when we hear
So,
that
like I was
term?
saying, so with period poverty back in 2013, it was no term for it. It was just, oh, people need pass, people need
Yeah.
people need protection.
Yeah.
That period poverty was coined in the year of 2019. So the rest of the world is sort of just catching up with what we've been doing
Ha!
since
Ha!
20.
We took the
2012,
initiative.
2012, 2013.
I didn't yet. When I got to reading about it, I'm like, wow, that is, wow. I
Yeah.
can see that.
Yeah.
Wow. We don't think about
We
that.
don't think about it, yeah.
Especially us men, man. We don't, all we do is complain, man. She getting on my nerves. No, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
I used to warn my husband, get ready. I'll be like, I'm sorry, but I'm about to start, and it's yeah. So he got prepared. He was a little bit more understanding.
Do you all educate people on the menstrual cycle as well?
Yes, we do. We actually go into the libraries and, we teach young girls. We start at age
Generally around age 8.
8.
What?
And it's very interesting because they're very engaged. Some of them have never heard of a period, or they don't know what it is, or they're like, oh, they have these expressions on their faces, but they are engaged. They answer so many questions, but we tell them about, we give them a little biblical history. We tell them about how you're going to have puberty and you have body changes, and you're going to get hair under your arms. And
Do you ever discuss that when that point in time comes when you don't have those menstrual cycles anymore?
yes.
And what happens when that occurs? Do you all talk about that sometimes?
So that's the menopause part. So we hit on that some, but we do, and we also cater to women that are in menopause, because a lot of them have had
Cater
babies.
to women that are in
So they're not
menopause.
having a period, but they've had babies, and when they cough or sneeze, a little bit of urine comes out. That's leakage, urinary leakage. So we will give them the Poise or the Depends or the Tenas. And yes, and I hadn't actually thought about that until an older woman walked up to my table and says, do you have products for leakage? I said, no, but I can get them for you. And since then, so we do the period products, but we also do the pull-ups.
How real is that?
Yeah.
How real is that?
Yeah.
And we have multiple products. So we also have period panties.
Period panties.
also-
What, those like panties with like special lining and stuff like that?
Yes, and you can wear them without a pad.
And you can wear them without a pad. Yeah.
And it is kind of new. When I was
I never heard of
Well,
it.
when I was coming up, it didn't exist. So
Okay.
when I first saw him, I was like, "Oh wow! I don't know if I trust that."
That made me laugh. They said, "Oh wow, I don't know if I can trust that."
Yeah, but
Yeah,
the young girls seem to like them, and we
Oh,
also,
they do. The young girls seem to like them. Okay.
And we also carry the Lena cup, and that's another thing that
I think
have
I've seen
never
that,
heard
and I
of.
think that's kind of disgusting.
It's a menstrual cup, but what's good about it is that it's flexible, and you insert it, it opens up, it catches the blood.
Oh, okay.
It catches the blood, and it has a little a ring or a little tip where you can pull it back out. You rinse it out, and you can
okay.
use it again.
Oh, it ain't as bad as I
So-
thought.
So just imagine a person who can't afford to buy the pads that are like $10, for a pack or whatever for every month. So you have that menstrual cup that you can wash out and reuse.
Okay.
It's called a menstrual cup.
I think you
Yeah.
all got a question, Linda and Delisha.
About the panties you said. So like, are them reusable or like that's a one-time work?
They have both. They have disposable panties that you can use once,
You
and then
seen
they
them, James?
they have the ones that has like this microfiber, and it's very absorbent. It absorbs blood, urine, sweat, and once you wear that, they say usually get about 7 pair, and you'll be able to wear a pair each day, but you got to rinse them out and then wash them separately from your clothes, obviously.
Yeah.
And then you can reuse them again.
Oh,
And
wow.
you're saving money. You don't have to
That's
go and get the
wonderful.
pads.
That's beautiful.
And it's also good for the environment.
Let me ask you a dumb
So many
question.
options,
You
yeah.
got,
It's a man pond too, that funny in man pond for the drinkers out there.
No, I
for that
hadn't heard
leakage?
that.
Well, for that leakage,
I hadn't heard that one.
that leakage. Yeah, that leakage, baby. You know what I'm saying? That leakage can get at anybody,
Yeah,
man or
it
woman.
can. It can. It really can.
Yeah,
It really
y'all
can.
think y'all think it can get at you. You know?
It can.
You know, if you can't
Get
control.
older, yes, yeah.
Yeah, you older and it's kind of hard to control the bladder.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, people thinking you spilled coffee on you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
We
Yeah.
did have a client that come in and he said that he had prostate cancer, and he was cancer free at the time, but he said after the surgery that he had a leakage problem. So
Yeah.
he asked, did we have any products for men? Which
Wow.
it just so happened we did.
Just so happened you
Just
did.
so
Yeah.
happened
Yeah.
we did. We don't have a lot of products for men, but just so happened we had a couple, and
Yeah.
we were able to bless him with some.
Now, you all appreciative of the people that support you, and do you have everyday people like individuals besides like Cleveland Clinic that come and maybe even come to pads and donate goods on their own?
We had, actually, Wednesday we had 2 people just walk in. One lady was like, I saw your sign, you know, I just want to,
Help.
yes. And she said, and you'll see me again. And we
Do
also
you
have-
encourage that type of behavior? Do you encourage that?
Yes,
Definitely,
yes,
definitely.
we-
We are so happy
You hear that?
when people
Yes.
come in
You know?
and donate. We also, so our website is prideamongdaughters.org.
PrideAmongstDaughters.org.
Yes, and so when you go on, you can donate monetary donations if you would like also.
I'm hearing that you had the site revamped and now it's this totally, great
Yeah,
site to where
yeah.
it gives you all the information you need. Can you speak to that?
So I did build the website through Wix.com, and then we were able to get assistance from a nonprofit organization called Give Camp here in Cleveland, and they did help upgrade and revamp our site. And so the search engine optimization is really, really good. So that's why we do get a lot of hits, and where people will find us online.
So I'm told that you're also an author.
Yes, yes. Oh, I forgot what year.
Homeless
I
Al.
wrote a book called Homeless Al, and it's about a little boy and his mom. They are evicted from their home, and he still has to go to school, and she still has to go to work. So it's just a little story about, what they go through. It does have biblical scripture in it, and eventually, they get help and they find another place to live, but it's all through. God provided for them.
Do we ever
yeah.
have aspiration to put what we do into literary work? With
That's
pads. Do you have, an ambition to do that? Maybe come up with a book that's
Possibly,
centered
yes.
around. You ever
I
thought
do
about
want
that?
to. I didn't think about a book, but I would really love to do like a documentary.
Like a visual thing?
Like a visual thing, yes, because I really, I've never wanted to be the type of organization that would just here's a box of stuff here. I like to meet women in the community, meet them.
Yeah, that's
you
where I
know.
was going to go. So
Yeah,
it's more than,
just- yeah.
here.
Right,
No,
I want to
you-
get to know, a lot of women that'll come in, we've served more than once, I get to know their names, and I also encourage them to tell their story. So a lot of times when they come online, they'll say, hey, my husband just lost his job, or I'm homeless, I'm living in a tent, or I'm living in my car, and we'll find them, whether they're in their car, their tent, at the bus stop, at a motel in East Cleveland, obviously at your home. But we just try to meet people where they are.
Well, Delisha and Linda, why is that so important that we've been doing this for 13 years now, at least?
Yeah.
Why is it so important?
The need is out there.
The need.
But the products are getting more and more pricey. I mean, they used to be cheaper, but now it seems like the price of everything has went up. The price is through the
Yeah,
roof.
yeah, that's that affordability.
Yes.
Yeah.
$1 was
Yeah.
35 cents, now it's $2. Come on, get real.
What cost 35 cents?
A little Debbie snack. We
Oh,
was talking about that earlier.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
Man, that's ridiculous.
You used to be able to get the penny candy. You used to be able to go to the store and get the chips for 5 cents or 10 cents or
Yeah,
something.
the little Reese cup joints
Yeah.
used to be a nickel,
Uh-huh.
and then they was a dime. Now they 50 cent for one little one. I gotta ask you, and that kind of threw my train of thought. But with that blew me for a loop because I really had a really great question in mind. But I'll
we're
come
talking
back
about
around
affordability.
to.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, so do you have any events coming up?
Let's see. We just did the homeless stand down on the 18th down at the
Public auditorium.
public
The
auditorium.
homeless stand down.
It's
you
the
did
homeless
that?
stand down. Yeah, we partner with an organization called BVU, which is Business Volunteer Unlimited, and they sponsor it. So what they do is they open up that convention center. People come in to get haircuts, dental exams.
They do
We
showers.
feed them. We set up our resource table. We gave away 110 products. We served 110 people where we just passed out free pads and period underwear and things like that. But it's a great event, and we do that once a year. We do have some other things coming up. We'll have a resource table at Bessie's Angels. That's a organization. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but she helps young girls that have aged out of foster care. She has an annual walk. So what we do, we'll go to her event and we'll pass out products and resources. We're also going to be at the zoo for the Walk for Hunger. We're going to have a resource table there also.
I knew what I wanted to say. Years ago, I press covered an event. We press covered an event, and there was a guy. You might have heard him. I gotta remember his name. It'll come to me. But he made the pads
Okay.
for women. He's a young brother,
Okay.
and he's organic. And he talks a lot about how the pads in the store nowadays are not conducive to great health over time.
Yes.
How do you all see that?
I see.
I know what you're
there's a lot
doing.
it's a lot of different options.
It's a lot of different.
And it's a lot of different options. And so that's another thing that when people come in, I'll give you a bag and I'll say, here, you pick out three. You get 3 items to pick out. So some people will say, I don't use Always. That irritates me. I like this. Oh, you got this organic, or you got this cotton.
Okay,
or
so you
got this.
do have options, and
Yeah,
some of them
we
be
try to
organic.
give
We
people
have
options.
a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
It's just that, remember, people are donating products.
Right.
So
Right.
we can't tell you we're going to have everything
all the time, right?
But sometimes we have organic tampons, pads, and we have the foam ones.
Let me ask you a real question. Have you all ever went that route with the organic products? And if so, did the product treat you well? The organic product?
Well, I'll be 62, so it's been a while since
62?
yes. Yeah.
And I am 69. So.
Yeah. Yeah,
wow.
we
wow.
Yeah, we've been
Let it rub off on me. Let it rub off on me. Okay.
we've been done with all of that, but back then they didn't really have the organic products.
They didn't have many
Yeah.
options.
They didn't have
Would-
as many options as they
Would
do
you
now.
be open to it?
Definitely. I would
Like,
be
you know,
open to it.
we get a big donation. We ain't got too many Always. We gave Always up. We got the organic joints, and I need some too. Will we try?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Okay. What about people saying, hey, I don't want to go spend that money. I'm going to use the rag. I heard you all talk about the rag.
That's bacteria.
The rat.
So
You
that
wouldn't
goes to hygiene, and so we do try to educate, young girls. Listen,
Oh,
when
so you have it. Okay.
education. So
The European way ain't the only way.
okay, so we will tell them that.
It ain't the only way.
Ain't the only way.
Because my family making money through generations.
Right.
And-
They make money for generations.
You going to always buy Always.
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 But there's a lot of other Kotex. There's so many Carefree, so many different brands out there right now. And what we do tell the young ladies is every time you use the bathroom, you change your pad. That's part of
Yeah, please
being
do that.
clean. Yes,
Please do that.
because of the bacteria. Yeah, and when you use a tampon, you can't leave it in. Some of them are for overnight, but I wouldn't leave them in longer than maybe 6 to 8 hours.
You know,
you'd
I
have
done
to
heard some
change them,
terrible
yeah.
stories when women
They can
forgot
get
they had it
bacteria.
in them.
They forgot, yes, my
I
daughter.
done heard that. You all heard
yes,
that?
Yeah. my the daughter that's a nurse practitioner, she has had to go up in people to retrieve the tampons. So
How you forget? What's going on to where you forget? Life ain't that. I mean, life is very important, and the things you're doing, work and all that, it's important, but you can't forget.
It can be very serious because you could get what we call it toxic shock syndrome, a serious bacterial infection, and so you definitely want to. And it's a preference. We have some women that say, "Look, I don't use tampons. I'll just use the pads." And so then we have other women that only want to use tampons. So everybody has a preference, and we respect that.
Yeah, because y'all want to throw on them revealing outfits, and y'all don't want to reveal too much.
Right.
I understand. I understand. A man understands. Now, Delisha, Linda, I know you all got to go, but at this point in the show, I always ask, you got young ladies out there, you got people that aspire to be, can you lend some words of encouragement to for people that, they might be going through a period of poverty, they might not know what to do, or they might just let go of themselves. Can you give them some encouragement right now? Give them something they can hang their hat on, and maybe even either get involved with your organization or donate, or just give them some great advice right now, if you can.
Yeah, we'll just let them know that we are a grassroots organization. We're here for you. We do have the resources that you need. We are also partnered with United Way 211.
Oh, is that right?
If you call that number, they will often refer individuals to us.
Okay. The United Way.
Yeah, United Way 211. We'll get calls from Signature Health and
we also can be found. We have an Instagram account. We can be found on Facebook, and like I said, we do have.
Web pads.
Yes. We do have a website. It's called prideamongdaughtersandsisters.org.
.org.
Yeah.
And let me get this clear. You are open to donation through the site or come to the brick and mortar.
Yeah, you can drop off donations or
Now, how does it go when we need you to bring it out? How does that go? When you go to deliver the hygiene product.
So if you go on the website, you can actually put in a request for what you want.
Okay.
And in that request, you tell us what you need. You give us your address and your phone number, and we will deliver it to you.
Now,
How often do you land your
That's an excellent question. So what we say on the website is it's once a year. So we try to give you.
You can't come every week, every month.
Come every week. But what we do is we give a 4 to 6 month supply. So here you are.
Okay.
I'm going to give you like a 6 month supply, and it's not just going to. It's a supplement.
Okay.
It's something that's going to help you.
You gotta stock up too, but we're gonna help you stock.
It's good. Yes.
Okay. I feel way better now. You don't just come get it for the day because you're bleeding.
Right.
No, we put you together for about 4 months to help you supplement what you got going on.
And we like to just give you get the whole pack of, some of the organizations will just take a few out and stick it in a little baggie. And we do that with little hygiene kits. But I'm going to give you a whole pack of 24 or 40.
Real quick, thank some of them organizations that help you all out big time. Real quick.
Oh, my goodness. Thank First Baptist Church of Greater Cleveland. Thank you, Neighborhood Leadership Development Program. Cleveland Clinic, University Hospitals, Close Mentor.
Joanne down the street who just dropped something off today.
Yeah. WIN is Women in Networking, and they're sponsoring us this entire year.
Oh, wow.
With in-kind products. The Women of Mishkan, which is a Jewish organization. They just did... They did a drive for us where they collected products. Congresswoman Chantel Brown came and spoke.
Okay, Chantel.
Yeah, she
all
came.
Right.
She came and spoke right there at, I think, 26000 Shaker Boulevard. And so And they came, so in order to come and hear her speak, plus they had breakout sessions about social justice, you would have to bring a pack of pads.
Yeah.
And so they did, yeah.
It was beautiful.
We almost got 5,000 pieces of product
Yes.
Wow.
from them.
Wow.
Yeah, from the women of Michigan. So it's so many people. It's so many people that have helped us throughout the years,
And I
and
wanna
we are
thank
really
the-
blessed.
I want to thank the women that we have that come on our donation site, and they donate monthly.
They donate money.
And,
Yeah. Yeah,
one
something-
Money,
Yes.
in-kind products.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give it up. Pride amongst daughters and sisters. Yeah. The 501c3, that means you can support us. Please continue to do so. Thank you,
Yeah.
Aldelicia and
Thank
Linda.
you
Appreciate it so much.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Player T, that's me, Hollywood in the hood. Hey, we're going to take a few pics if you all don't mind before we leave real
Okay.
quick. And then DJ probably going to have you do a drop in the back where you talk about your experience on the show. Tell
Okay.
people to donate to you all and us as well.
Okay. Okay. He said something about taking pictures and a backdrop or something like that. I'm talking about the experience